So for everybody that's going through spiritual awakening in one form or another, I'm just here to tell you that you're not alone. But one thing you shouldn't do, you shouldn't take the words of man over the words of spirit. Because we are spirit beings in a fleshly body. And this fleshly body has become corrupted to the point where it's almost like a mess now. It's almost like a mess now. Everybody wants to use God to cash out. And it's annoying. But guess what? When you know God for yourself, when you look into yourself and you see God, that's how you know. That's how you know you're not wrong. And even though everybody around you is telling you that what you're doing is nonsense, nigga, fuck them. Don't listen. Continue doing what you're doing. Focus. Continue, finding joy in the littlest of things. Everybody feel like you have to have the biggest house or drive the biggest car first. No. When you get unalive, are you going to take that shit with you? You can't. You get me? So, you cannot teach somebody who they are. They have to become that person through experience. And that is what spiritual awakening does. And when you begin to tap into these forces, when you begin to unlock your genetics, you will realize that you've always been protected. You were just the one that were not in alignment with it. And now that you're in alignment with it, who is a narcissist? What is a narcissist? Who do you think you are? What do you think you know? Who do you think you are talking to? These are the kind of questions that will pop up in your head, and they will want to call it pride. They say you are proud. It's not about pride. It's about value. It's about what. Once you know yourself, stick to what you know. Let people continue guessing. Let them call you whatever they want to call you. That's their business. Happiness and a high vibration of love will give you all you need, provided you are with your ancestors. Alright? I'm sure you've heard about the 72 demons of Solomon. This. Do you know what this really is? When people talk to me about Solomon, I laugh because I tell them that Solomon never existed. If you want to know who the richest man was, go and study Mansa Musa's history. They're like, huh? I'm like, yeah. Solomon simply represents the soul and mind. Your soul and mind, this is why I keep talking about the genetics, because the 2 strands of DNA they tell you about, for melanated beings is actually 12 or 13, thereabout. And when those strands begin to activate because of the way you're living, your soul and mind will begin to awaken ancient entities. That's why I keep telling you, you have 2 different ancestors. You have the physical and you have the cosmic. You are awakening deities from your bloodline. And those deities, they speak back. When you talk, they talk back. They give you protection, they give you guidance, they give you intuition. Those are your gifts coming alive. And when you choose to work with your gifts, that is when you know what the meaning of equilibrium is, of stability is, Christ consciousness. 9, that's when you know what completion is. It's not something anybody can teach you. It is something that you have to experience for yourself. And until you experience it, don't talk down on anybody experiencing it. Because it's a beautiful thing, and at the same time, there's duality in everything. So there are going to be tough times where you feel like, oh, what kind of life is this? Don't worry, it will pass. So your ability to tap into these forces, or tap in with these forces, is what makes you a powerful being. It's what makes you God in this realm. Because you're not ordinary. But we live in a society that want to teach you that you're a very ordinary being and you're full of sin. And when you die, you go to hellfire. And when you don't go to hellfire, you go to heaven. Now, if you don't go to church, you won't go to heaven. All these delusions is now you begin to see through them. Because why? You're coming online now. And nobody will tell you to bring any particular money for tithe and offering. If not, you won't go to heaven. You begin to see the psychosis in people. So, your ability to help yourself is the only thing that can help you in this situation. Because if you don't help yourself, who's going to help you? People are just going to help from the goodness of their heart. It's not going to happen. You are the one who's going to have to make a decision like, look, something is happening here. We are being lied to. This is the truth. I see what the truth is, and I'm going to use this truth to get to where I'm going to, which will give me stability. You are the one who's going to have to make a decision, not me. You. And until you take that stand, you're still not lost in with the crowd. Some people are scared of, family coming against them, friends coming against them, neighbors coming against them. Nigga, you shouldn't care. When you see people coming against you, that's how you know you've activated something in you. That's how you know. And once those genes are beginning to activate, that is when you're becoming your God self, your higher self. You're vibrating on a level now that is not normal. And that is exactly what we need to do on this planet to raise the frequency, because we need to live better.